It seems so overwhelming, the need here. It just seems that the need and the range of the need is just absolutely hopeless to address it.
I felt compassionate concerning these children who are suffering with the heart condition. Most of them could not breathe well. Most of them could not walk well.
There is a ton of unaddressed congenital heart diseases, and it just pained me to see so many people die.
So after my initial exploratory trip, 2008 to Kenya, I went back to Vanderbilt, where I was a staff cardiologist at the time, and I explained how poor the people were here and how kids were dying so young because of the problems and the lack of medical care for cardiac cases. Many people came to me afterwards and said, "I'd like to help." And at that point, the next step was then building the team.
The term Harambee was coined by the first president of Kenya, and it means we pull together. That is just in a nutshell Kenyan culture.
Especially in the rural places where poverty is high, they can mobilize resources together for a common dignified life.
My goal was to provide an equivalent level of care to the patients here in Kenya as those at Vanderbilt. I got a great surgeon on board, a great anesthesiologist, perfusionist, excellent pediatric cardiac nurses, Samaritan's Purse biomedical engineers. We've had a team come here every year since 2008.
It's really a miracle happening of this kind of a team coming to help some of the children.
Having the team come over, seeing all the people who give up their time, being able to work with whatever they can do to try and change lives, to me has been a great testimony of what it is to be the hands and feet of Christ.
It's a tremendous amount of logistics work to get a large team like this over here. And World Medical Mission, Samaritan's Purse has been absolutely essential in getting that done.
Tenwek Hospital performs approximately half the cardiac surgery done in the country. And Kenya does more heart surgery than any of the surrounding countries. So for the region, we are one of the main providers of this type of care that simply is not available anywhere else for these patients.
Jemima is very important to me. She's my firstborn. I love Jemima very much, especially when she smiles. She is very weak. She just lie down. She's saying, "Mom, I cannot breathe. I'm tired."
She had been admitted to the hospital because her oxygen saturations were in the lower 60s, which is very severely low. We knew that she didn't have much more time.
If she's not operated here, there is no other options. I find it very hard. So I beg you, I just beg you that, so do something for Jemima, please. I hope for life.
When I see these patients who wouldn't be cared for anywhere else, I know I'm in the right place.
The need is so great here, and so many patients never get the surgery they need, and they die of heart failure.
Na mtoto wangu anaitwa Faith Acheng, ako na shida ya moyo.
Alikuwa mlegevu, hana nguvu, mtu ako na uhai, alikuwa anakaa tu kama mtu mwenye nusu mzima, nusu alikufa.
It's pretty amazing to be a part of it. If Faith didn't have this procedure, you don't know what would happen in her future, but this is something that should expand her life by multiple years, which is pretty cool to be a part of.
I have a 3-year-old daughter called Prudence, and she's suffering from the heart defect.
I love Prudence. I pray to God that Prudence get well so that we enjoy life together.
To know that we're part of this magnificent team of people working with wonderful colleagues from the United States, great colleagues here at Tenwek Hospital, supported by World Medical Mission, and we are all working together to achieve this goal, to bring new life to these patients who otherwise would have died at a very young age. So it's very fulfilling.
I am feeling the heart is pumping now good.
It's the greatest feeling in the world to come here and be able to help these people who have absolutely no hope. You can see that on their faces the minute you talk to them.
Tears of joy came out of us, and we couldn't even talk to each other.
The members of the Tenwek Heart Project, they've caught the spirit of this project as well.
with the open heart surgery team coming. This is actually fitting into the sharing that the communities are already contributing to the family who has a sick child.
It's a miracle that this is happening. It is a mirror image of a Kenyan village pulling together because this is a very large team with lots of different specialists, different gifts, trainings, and so forth to pull this off.
Coming to Tenwek for me is one of the highlights of my year. And when I see the cooperation of so many people working towards a common goal to take care of these patients, to train the Tenwek team here, it becomes just worth it. I just can't stop but coming back.